Guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Batman 126 by DC Comics. Yeah, let's dive in. So, it's made by Chip Zdarsky, who is the writer, and Jorge Jimenez is the artist. And we're getting introduced to the Bat family. Personally, the whole family aspect of superheroes, Superman family, Spider-Man family, Hulk, Wolverine, Captain America, Thor, whatever, it needs to stop. It takes away, in my opinion, of course, it takes away the uniqueness of said character. We have now, I don't know, hundreds of Spider-Mans and Spider-Womans and Spider-Boys and Spider-Things running around. And if one is killed, well, it doesn't matter. We just pull open another one, from another dimension, and it's all okay. Of course, this is not really the case. Don't get me wrong. I like certain characters from the Bat family, but I think Batman should go back to being Batman and not, have all these kids, with him. I don't mind Robin because Robin was always a part of the Batman saga. Nightwing also, but we can do without Signal, who is, in my opinion, of course, a useless character. Cassandra Cain. How do you say? Well, they call her Batgirl now, but spoiler. And even Oracle to some point. We can use her in some capacity, but I wish they removed these ones and just stick with these two. All right. Robin was shot in the last issue. He went to the hospital. Batman, wants to check on him and says, "Hey, how you doing?" And but Robin wants to do his job. He says, "Look, I know you're worried, but the doctor says I'm fine." So Batman says, "You're not ready. You should have assessed the situation at the gala, seen the gunman before you turning your back." But then he's getting pissed off. "Are you saying it was saving people? Wait, does my getting shot remind you of Jason or of Alfred? Is that it? Look, I did start yesterday. You're mad about a different thing, and you're not in charge of me. I don't even wear a badge." Now that is, I think, a little bit uncommon. I'm not sure why Robin is suddenly, pissed at Batman. Batman has that completely figured it out, and in my opinion, Batman was totally right. Yeah, mistakes was made, but then lashing out to Batman, I don't think that's justified. And him saying, "I'm not even wearing the bat," well, he is being, I don't know, part of the Batman family for years. That is uncalled for. Yeah, I don't know what the writer Chip Zdarsky is thinking when he wrote that. That was stupid. Anyway, there is something in this comic that I find a little bit off-putting, and that is Batman being weak, vulnerable, depressive, etc. Now, I don't mind that, but you know what? Let's come back to that in a second. So he says, "I'm uneasy. It's not just a Joker nightmare. I couldn't marry Selena. I can afford that level of distraction." So he sits down, but there's something in the house or in his cave, and he is being attacked by a giant robot, and he's being thrown around. And the art, don't get me wrong, it's fantastic. It's really, really good. So Batman attacks him, or it, and he says, "He's strong and fast. Get up, old man." And it can fight. So, yeah, the robot blocks him. But then this is happening. He says, "It's too much. Needs to get away." I thought to myself, what? Normally, Batman would, retreat a little bit, assess the situation, come with new tactics, and attack again and again. And if he is, not coming out of it, well, he's going to retreat for real. But immediately, Bruce is tapping out just by, I don't know, the robot blocking his attacks. What the hell is going on? I really don't like that. So yeah, the robot punches him. So he calls for the car, and the car looks great, man. Look at this motor in the back. It's fantastic. So he uses his bat thingy to attach himself to the Batmobile, who drives away, and he throws some batarang bombs to distract the enemy. And I must say, the enemy design is cool, but also boring. The cool thing is that you can see basically through him, which I like, but I just don't like the head because it's pointy ears and then this red glow. I don't know. It's just something that puts me off. It's not terrible, but I don't know. Maybe they should have been more creative. But yeah, I'm just nitpicking at this point. Colors, great, fantastic, really cool. So Batman and comes to himself and he reassessed now the situation. So he's outside the cave. Is it outside the cave? Where is he actually? Yeah, I guess. Is this in the middle of the city? All right. Okay, probably I missed some issues. Anyway, so he contacts Oracle and he says, hey, I need you to do some digging about a robot. And the robot comes here. He says, while you do it, I'm going to keep the robot busy. So, okay, cool. Now he's going to, assess the situation, like I said, analyzing, attacking, strategizing. Is that I don't know. So, Oracle says, prelim scans can penetrate, but suggest a variety of robotics, including mesotech. All right. I love a meso. I did a Superman comic, well, not long ago, so check out my review about Superman versus a meso. Yeah, so that is interesting. I didn't know that. So, but, Batman is getting, his ass handed to him again. And Batman just, I don't know, man, it just doesn't feel like himself. But there's probably reasons for that. So he needs to get away. Now, this is what I mean. I never seen Batman look like this. Maybe in certain situations, but this has looked like a man that is scared. The Batman that I know, the Batman that I love, the Batman that I've been invested in most of my time through the years, is not that. Batman is the opposite. He's stoic. He's, calm most of the time. He is not this, right? And normally I would say, yeah, okay. I don't mind if a writer tackles something like that, but this doesn't feel like Batman to me. And I have a very sour taste in my mouth when Tom King tackled Batman. In my opinion, he ruined him with his, how he handled the writing, made him a depressive side character in his own comic. I really dislike Tom King's writing when it comes to Batman and even Wally West, what he did with Final Crisis or whatever that series called. That was unforgivable in my opinion. So yeah, he's getting beat up, and so he tried to distract him, and he says, "Hey, maybe these robots are talks like all the rest." And he says, "Who are you?" "Justice, Failsafe," which is a stupid name in my opinion. So, but then the rest of the Bat crew comes here with the Signal distracting him, Cassandra and Batgirl, and spoiler, although she doesn't call it a spoiler here, it's also Batgirl, the two Batgirls. Doesn't make sense. Okay. I also made a Batgirls review yesterday. Check that out. Anyway, but the robot is way too strong, and so he stands over Batman, towering, while the rest are beaten, and. But then Batman asking all of these questions. He says he killed him. Have to. Stephanie's breathing, still alive. Thank God. But why would he? I mean, this comes to me as way over emotional. Batman never says, well, not like this. It says, oh my God, they're all right. He's mostly calm, calculated. He's in his Batman persona. He needs to be the stoic, unwavering mountain of a man. And in this comic, he is weak, undecisive, depressive, distracted. I don't like this kind of this version of Batman. But we come back to that a little bit later too. So Signal comes in and he says, "Hey, get out of here, Batman. He's after you." And then Tim comes and he says, "Hey, I'm going to drag you away. I called Oracle." And Oracle called Leslie, probably, I don't know, some kind of a person, doctor. She meets us down in a cave. And But the robot hears it, meeting us in the cave, he says. So, and he says, Failsafe, I know him, familiar. Again, look at this face. This doesn't look like a man that... Okay, I talk about that. But then, oh man, this looks great, right? So Tim drives away, but the robot, just like a Terminator, follows them. Also, we have Nightwing here, and he jumps over the Batmobile, which is pretty cool. And this is happening. Like I said, the art, the kinetic action, it's fantastic. It's fast paced. It looks great. But then, Failsafe, he is unfazed. He says, little soldiers, everything is tainted. So Nightwing is preparing, and he calls Barbara, but then the connection is breaking up. And then, they are ready to fight him, but then Failsafe takes off. He goes away. And it seems that they are glad because Nightwing says, I think we're out of our league here. And but then he comes back with a vengeance and he trashes everything. So yeah, he is. Look at this. He's like a tornado. He's going through all of these characters. But if you have a Mesotech, I can see why he can do that. And so the robot says, you cannot stop me. You should not attempt to accept new humans with sticks and knives. You are nothing. You hide in your new caves, which I now have access to. All right. That is interesting. So then we see this woman who is actually a doctor. So Failsafe comes in and he says, Dr. Leslie Thompson's, you think you can help, you cannot. And she says, who are you? I am the end of Batman. What have you done to him? And he says, where is he? But then Batman is going somewhere else. And so Tim says, hey, this is crazy, we need help. And he says, no, I need to be here. The old cave. Cool. Well, he has multiple. Know what I have to do. Wait, you do? Alone, he says. Okay. So yeah, finally he commands something respect towards other people. And yeah, Robin actually, do what he says. I like that. This is Batman we're talking about. This is not some weak punk, although he is a big weak here. So he says he wouldn't understand. None of them would. The lengths I've gone to, I softened. I like that the writer actually acknowledged what I was saying just a while ago, that he is weak. Surrounded myself with children. But in my early days, God help me, in my early days, I went too far. Failsafe is familiar, but familiar doesn't mean the same thing when you have a mind that remembers everything. It's an aberration, a fault line running clean across my memory. There is a ticking deep in my head, like a clock. Tick, tick. And then he says, I've done this to myself. Okay, so Tim is here waiting at the cave, and he tried to call in Oracle, but then he hears a voice. I hear something, but then the narrative, or whatever this person says, come in, only one could have done this to me. A failsafe for a failsafe. He needs answers, so he falls aside, and I take over. It's okay, boy, it's me. It's the Batman. And this is great. This is the Batman of Zurin R. And yeah, so for those who do not know who is Zurin R, so Batman of the Zurin R is a Silver Age character from, I believe, around the 50s, 60s. It was an alien called Tilano, if I remember it correctly, because this is a long time ago. And so that Silver Age comics was a little bit more unrealistic and not so serious. And that alien creature wants to be a Batman. But he's been a little bit retconned by Grant Morrison, who took the Batman series over in mid-2000s. And so instead of, having some kind of an alien persona, Batman of Zurin R is actually Bruce Wayne with he has a different personality, a split personality. And this Batman is more violent and unhinged, or so. That's how they call it. Then, and yeah, he is here. So let's see if this is actually true, or maybe they in Modern Comics retcon again. But I know this is a character that has mixed response by fans. I like it a lot because of the outlandish costume and character that he was. So yeah, and we have also a backup story, by Selena. We're getting introduced. I'm not reading this all, but oh, did you know that Oswald Cobblepot has a sister and a brother? Yeah. Okay. More stuff. Anyway, guys, this is it. Let me know what you think about the comic. Leave a like and all that stuff. And yeah, I want to hear your thoughts. So leave a comment below, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.